one of the city of Scottsbluff's biggest summertime attractions may not open on time this year. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, with the school year coming to a close, kids will soon be starting summer vacation and looking to cool off during the hot summer months. However, the city of Scottsbluff's Westmoor Pool may not be an option as summer festivities get into full swing. The Westmoor Pool was one of the topics of discussion during the city of Scottsbluff's capital projects meeting last week, and the way things currently sit, staffing the water park may be more difficult this year compared to years past.
Yeah, we're struggling just to even open it up this year.
We don't have the lifeguards.
3 lifeguards.
We need at least 15 so that you can have any kind of rotation, and we've got 3. If the Y ran, they'd have the same problem. They still have to have that many lifeguards because of the design of the pool, which was poor to start with. Continuing to throw money at it when we still haven't paid it off is insane. But that's
Traditionally, Westmoor Pool opens on Memorial Day weekend, but currently they're about 80% short of their current staffing needs. Additionally, Finance Director Liz Hilliard says the pool only makes $50,000 to $60,000 a year on the pool, but costs roughly $200,000 between salary, repairs, and maintenance and insurance. The council says they realize that this is an amenity that many people enjoy, but with current staffing shortages and other pools in the area trying to bring in their own lifeguards, the future of Westmoor Pool this year remains in limbo. The city is still currently accepting applications for lifeguards and pool aides. Those applications can be found on their website at www.scottsbluff.org. Well, a Saturday afternoon accident seriously injures a Gering man. Police say 69-year-old Donald Wimberly of Gering was struck by a vehicle after he had pulled over to check on a trailer he was towing on 7th Street in Gering. The driver of the vehicle, 25-year-old Cole Russell, rear-ended Wimberly's trailer and reportedly also hit Wimberly, who was taken to Regional West for serious injuries to his brain and spine and has already undergone at least 1 surgery. He is listed in critical condition as of Monday afternoon. And one of the 2 men convicted for a string of burglaries in rural Scottsbluff County was sentenced this morning in district court. Today, 28-year-old Sergio Cheriz was sentenced to 360 days in jail after pleading guilty to 2 counts of burglary. Both of his convictions will run concurrent to each other, and he received credit for 122 days already served. In exchange for his guilty pleas, 2 separate felony charges and 2 misdemeanor counts were also dismissed. He and Austin Weller were arrested back in January in connection to burglaries on County Road G and Lake Minnetonka Road, where firearms, an ATV, and jewelry were taken. Weller will be sentenced on his 2 burglary convictions on May 17th. Well, coming up after the break, going to be a rainy week. Bill Boyer's in with your full week weather forecast right after this on KNEB.TV News.
It is never too early to start planning for retirement, and working with an experienced financial advisor can put you on the right path.
At Platte Valley Investment Center, our team of financial advisors will work with you every step of the way to maximize your retirement income.
Call me, Jody Rosiska, or Rick Morehouse, financial advisors, to set up your free, no-obligation consultation.
Raymond James Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Life well planned.
KNEB presents country music rising star Dylan Scott. Friday, August 16th at the historic Midwest Theater in Scottsbluff. Presented by Allo Communications and Viera Wireless. Tickets are on sale now at the Midwest Theater box office, by phone at 632-4311 or at MidwestTheater.com. Dylan Scott, August 16th at the historic Midwest Theater in Scottsbluff with KNEB.
does Arby's sell the most euros in America? Having over 3,000 stores with this insane 2 for €6 deal certainly gives us a head start. Also, passion.
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the Arby's Weather Center. Arby's, we have the meats.
Well, it felt like we had our one nice day of the whole entire spring yesterday, didn't it? We had a gorgeous weekend. Temps topped out near 70 yesterday. Very nice weather, and then we turned more soggy. Temps are going to fall into the low 40s tonight. Bring in some showers, I think, especially late tonight in the overnight hours and early morning tomorrow. And then we're going to stay wet, soggy, and cool. The heaviest rain appears to be coming Wednesday. And we could see a pretty decent amount of rain and can't rule out some wet snow. Should dry out by Friday, and really a nice Mother's Day coming up for us. We just have to get through the work week kind of soggy and wet. 70 on the button yesterday, 35 for a low. Those are very close to normal. Very comfortable weather out there yesterday. 200ths of an inch of moisture, that from a gusty little thunderstorm that moved through late yesterday. 553 for the year. We've had it precip-wise. Let's take a look at temperatures here across the region, and we're 10 to 15 degrees cooler than where we were yesterday at this time, or more. Hastings at 60, Norfolk at 53, Denver still at 61. We primarily have 50s here across our region, although there's some 40s off to the north. Ogallala at 54, Sydney at 54. Kimball looks like the warmest reading right now at 47. Lusk, by contrast, down to 43. It's 46 in Chadron. Gordon at 44 degrees right now as well. Winds are out of the east-northeast, making it feel like 30s for those areas that are in the 40s right now. Severe weather threat. We had a little bit of weather go through yesterday. Nothing severe here. We did have that tornado, apparent tornado down in the Lincoln area. You can see that is where the threat of severe weather highest again today, off in southeast Nebraska, down around Lincoln and points to the south and east. This little area, we've had a couple of stronger cells of thunderstorms that have formed here into portions of our region. Those should move on out, and we shouldn't have much more in the way of thunder. Can't rule out a rumble of thunder tonight as well. Tomorrow, that severe weather threat shifts off to the south and even further away on Wednesday, but it's going to be an active period for severe weather in those areas. On the bus tomorrow with some rain showers as you get on the bus. Might need an umbrella or galoshes. You're going to definitely need a jacket. It's going to be a cool rain too at 43. Probably not raining on the way home. Can't rule it out, but chances are low. But it's still going to be overcast and temps only near 50 when you get off the bus tomorrow. So we've got a little increase in wind. Here's those showers and storms. They're going to move across the area tonight, and it'll be primarily rain coming in late tonight after midnight as we get towards the early morning hours. That's when we'll see the bulk of our rain for tonight. Temperatures going to fall down into the upper 30s to near 40 degrees. Now for tomorrow, we kick those rain showers out of here in the morning, bring in some gusty breezes at times, and then we redevelop some rain showers by tomorrow afternoon, maybe even a rumble of thunder again. And then tomorrow night, that's when we really expect the rain to start to fill in here across the region, and a pretty good dose of rain moving across our area, and it's going to set in through Wednesday afternoon and evening before things start to let up by Thursday. And then again, that's when we're going to get the bulk of our precip. 50 tomorrow for a high at best for most of us, maybe a couple of low 50s out there. A lot of locations only getting into the 40s tomorrow. Now, as far as rainfall goes, as we look here in the immediate short term, it looks like this as we roll this through Wednesday at noon. So this is through Wednesday at noon time. Forecast models picking up a pretty good amount of moisture, an inch and a half or more from Valentine and Mullen. Everybody in that quarter to a half inch plus range in some areas, maybe a little more up in the northern panhandle and over near Torrington. We're going to show you a different model and run it out a little further, but this will be this. It'll include this time frame, but run it through Thursday night into or Wednesday night into Thursday morning. And as you can see, it's painting a little more precip out there, maybe over 2 inches in some areas, over an inch for most of us, or near an inch. So it looks like we have the possibility of getting 3/4 of an inch to an inch of rain or more out of this storm system as we go through Thursday before things start to wind down. And again, the weekend looking really pretty nice. Showers off and on tonight, 41 for a low. Can't rule out a rumble of thunder or two. Tomorrow, same situation. Showers early. They'll redevelop late and bring us maybe another rumble of thunder. Only 50 tomorrow for a high, so we're trending cooler. Rain most heavy tomorrow night into Wednesday morning. Could mix with some snow. If it's going to do that, it's going to be probably Wednesday night, although we're only forecasting lows down around 35. Showers should come to an end Thursday before we cool off down to near freezing Thursday night. And then look at Friday, Saturday, not too bad, low 60s. Mother's Day and Monday looking much better with temps back into the low to mid 70s. And I think we'll stay dry through a good part of the next work week before we start to track another storm system similar to this one. But that's going to be probably the end of next week.
How does Arby's sell the most euros in America? Having over 3,000 stores with this insane 2 for €6 deal certainly gives us a head start. Also, passion.
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches.
Next Gen Outfitters is your new local online source for hunting, shooting, and camping gear. With over a century of combined outdoor experience, we aspire to become the trusted supplier of all your outdoor gear needs. Next Gen Outfitters is where adventure begins and tradition continues. For the month of April, get $25 off orders of $100 or more. Go to nextgenof.com and use code NGKNEB. That's NEXGENOF.com.
Are you ready to join the celebration? Then what are you waiting for? Switch to Viero today and find out exactly why we're better. More towers than the competition. Convenient stores in your neighborhood. Friendly, helpful customer service, and top phones at excellent values, such as the iPhone XR for free. That's right, get a free iPhone XR when you purchase any other iPhone of equal or greater value. Viero Wireless, your better choice for wireless service.
Why love a rain garden? Let me count the ways. Rain gardens contain and filter water runoff while recharging our underground water supply. They provide habitat for birds, bees, and beneficial insects. Native perennials give 4 seasons of color and texture, beautifying a home while increasing its value. Established gardens are low-maintenance, low-water landscape features, colorful, functional, and sustainable. Rain gardens, brought to you by Tri-City Stormwater. Our water, our responsibility.
Welcome back. Nebraska Governor Pete Ricketts is once again turning to the public to stop a bill that seeks to lower property taxes by raising other taxes and imposing a sales tax on services, including car repairs. Ricketts rallied against the measure this morning during an appearance at a Lincoln car repair shop, one day before lawmakers are set to begin debate on it. He's urging residents to contact their senator. The measure would impose a half-cent sales tax increase and levy sales taxes on 29 services that are currently exempt, including haircuts, soda, bottled water, and professional lawn care. Well, U.S. Senator Mike Enzi of Wyoming has announced that he will not run for a 5th term in 2020. The 75-year-old announced his pending retirement in his hometown of Gillette, where he owned a shoe store and reportedly never intended to get into politics. But his election as mayor back in 1974 was the start of a successful political career that led him to the Senate in 1996. Enzi has said he has much to get done in the next year and wants to focus on budget reform. Enzi added that he doesn't want to be burdened by the distraction of another campaign, and after years, he'll find other ways to serve. And staying in Wyoming, as President Donald Trump has nominated a Wyoming man to be Assistant Secretary for Fish, Wildlife, and Parks at the U.S. Interior Department. Robert Wallace currently is the president of the Upper Green River Conservancy and is also a founding member of the Grand Teton National Park Foundation. He was also a ranger at Grand Teton National Park and eventually was appointed Assistant Director of the National Park Service in Washington, D.C. From there, he went on to serve as Chief of Staff to Wyoming U.S. Senator Malcolm Wallop and later as Chief of Staff to Wyoming Governor Jim Geringer. Wallace must be confirmed by the U.S. Senate. Well, straight ahead, a busy day at the sports desk. Chris Cottrell will have that right after this on KNEB.TV News.
More time on the road means more time in the shop. Take your car, truck, or SUV to High Tech Automotive. With 10 bays and commitment to quality service and customer care, we can do it all, from general maintenance to more serious problems. High Tech Automotive, between Frank Parts and Baumgars.
May is Beef Month, a time to celebrate the high-quality beef products that are raised by farmers and ranchers right here in Nebraska. With over 5 million cattle fed and marketed each year, Nebraska is the #1 cattle feeding state in the country. From steaks and roasts to ground beef and kebabs, Nebraska's beef producers take pride in raising safe, wholesome products that end up on dinner plates around the world. Join the beef community by celebrating Beef Month with your favorite beef meal tonight. Beef, it's what's for dinner in Nebraska.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Beef Council and Chimney Rock Public Power District.
Come on down to the mixing bowl if you are craving something homemade just like Grandma used to make. From glace and garlic sausage on Mondays to cabbage burgers and butterball noodle soup on Thursdays, you can't go wrong. And with everything in the bakery case baked fresh daily, you can count on a tasty treat with your morning or afternoon coffee. Stop in from 1 to 3 during the week to get 15% off any coffee or pastry during our coffee happy hour. The Mixing Bowl on 10th Street in Gearing, bringing great food and great people together.
Known previously as Angela's Bridal and Boutique in downtown Scottsbluff, now tuxedos and men's formal wear by Angela's. Brought to you by Weborg 21 Center. We are excited to offer you more one-on-one customer service. Whether you need a tux for the wedding, a suit for the office, or you're just ready to step up your everyday fashion. And don't forget our second location. Angela's Boutique is now located at Bianco & Company in downtown Scottsbluff, still empowering women to look and feel their most confident. The same great boutique, now just down the street.
On today's update from the First National Bank Sports Desk, there's postseason action on the diamond approaching. An athlete returns home to play, and Tom Osborne in town last night. We start with the WNCC softball team, and they could not be hotter here at the end of the season. They swept doubleheaders from NJC and McCook over the weekend, and they closed the regular season with wins in 16 of their final 17 games. Lady Cougars set to host the Region 9 tournament. That'll get underway on Thursday at Volunteer Field, and they get a first-round game with McCook. That's Cougar softball. How about WNCC baseball? They held up their end of the bargain on Sunday afternoon, needing a win to guarantee at least a one-game playoff to get into the Region 9 tournament. The Cougars beat Lamar to win that series. The final yesterday was 6-4, a ninth-inning rally by Southeast Community College elsewhere against Otero. That means the Cougars will have to play that one-game playoff against Southeast. That'll be on Wednesday. That'll take place at Trinidad State, and the winner of that matchup then moves into the Region 9 postseason tournament. Last Friday, up at the college, there was a signing for the women's soccer program, a familiar face to the area, Gearing's Brittany Spryer. Spryer, a dynamic goal scorer throughout her career for the Lady Bulldogs in high school, spent her first year away from home at college at Chadron State as a non-athlete. A trip home and a visit with a former teammate and current Cougar got the ball rolling on this big decision.
Well, I'm from Gearing, so I really missed home. I mean, I was only an hour away, but I still really missed it. And I went to one of the Gearing high school games, and I ran into Sydney Heimbuck, and she kind of convinced me to play.
Spryer added this is special for a couple of different reasons, getting to be an athlete again included.
It's really exciting, especially because my sister played here a couple years ago for volleyball, and I don't know, it just means a lot to me to be able to step on the field again.
Now, Cougar soccer coach Todd Rasnick said he's excited for the type of team that is going to be coming back on the women's side next year, and he thinks Spryer can be an immediate force.
I think she brings that threat, that goal-scoring threat. We had a girl that is a very threatening player, but she was alone. So very easy to defend against. We became very predictable this year in a lot of our game situations, and so we thought that we needed to have multiple threats this year in the attacking third of the field, and so hopefully this will take us a long way towards achieving that goal, and might turn out to be a better season next year.
Brittany Spryer back in town. She'll play soccer for the Cougars. And last night brought with it the 33rd annual FCA Spring Banquet. The event was held at the Gearing Civic Center. Many area athletes and area high school coaches were on hand. A big crowd to hear the keynote speaker, none other than Dr. Tom Osborne. Incoming FCA Board President Kevin Figg, well, he couldn't have been more excited to have the coach in town.
We're just blessed to have Dr. Tom come out and visit this end of the state and just share with us a little bit about Fellowship of Christian Athletes and his involvement over the years and what it's meant to him. And, you know, we just couldn't ask for a better keynote speaker.
The fact that at 82 years old that Coach Osborne is still willing and wanting to make these types of trips and be part of groups like this just shows how important helping young people still is to him.
Well, I think it's probably more difficult to be a young person today than it ever has been in the history of our country. And that's just my observation. But over 36 years of coaching, I saw a lot of changes. I saw, first of all, the breakdown in the family, which has continued and exacerbated today. And then the drug culture hit us right between the eyes in the late 60s, early 70s. And some of the images, some of the TV programs, some of the stuff on the internet, some of the stuff in magazines, some of the video games, some of that content would not have been allowed on the airwaves maybe 30 years ago. This simply wouldn't have been open to general consumption. And so kids are being bombarded with a lot of stuff.
Yes, of course we visit about the football program and other things as well, and we'll have more with Coach Tom Osborne on KNEB in the coming days and weeks. Tonight, Legion Baseball, we get the season started at Cleveland Field with the Wesco Zephyrs and Cheyenne Post 6. Looking forward to having baseball back here on KNEB. That's the latest today from right here at the First National Bank Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell. Ryan back with a check on the community calendar right after this on KNEB.TV.
We can't warn Debbie that we just cleaned the window. Sorry. But we can make you a bowl of homemade chili. Runza makes it all better.
Springtime. It's one of the most awaited times of the year, and the comfortable weather makes spring the ideal time to replace your windows and enjoy the irresistible view the season brings. And with our spring special at Renewal by Anderson, there is no better time than now. For a limited time, receive $750 off every door and at least $300 off every window. Plus, take advantage of no money down, no interest, and no payments until 2020. Call 307-215-7493 and bring in spring with Renewal by Anderson Doors and Windows.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
When we combine our energy, we're able to accomplish incredible things and take on the greatest challenges. We're stronger than we could have ever been alone, because our energy works better together. Tri-State and Roosevelt Public Power District. Brighter, stronger, better together.
KNEB presents country music rising star Dylan Scott. Friday, August 16th at the historic Midwest Theater in Scottsbluff. Presented by Allo Communications and Viero Wireless. Tickets are on sale now at the Midwest Theater box office, by phone at 632-4311 or at midwesttheater.com. Dylan Scott, August 16th at the historic Midwest Theater in Scottsbluff with KNEB.
I'm Marcy Meyer, Vice President at Platte Valley Bank with your Mortgage Mythbuster of the Week. Some people think that building a new house is difficult because construction loans are too complicated. The truth is, our lenders will work with you every step of the way to make your construction loan go to work for you. The mortgage lenders at Platte Valley Bank are here to help you find the right programs to fit your needs and your budget. Stop in today. No question is too big or too small.
And finally tonight, today starts the kickoff of the 36th Annual Travel and Tourism Week, and things began this morning at Scottsbluff National Monument. Scottsbluff Mayor Raymond Gonzalez, Gering Mayor Tony Kaufman, Board Chair Ken Meyer were on hand to help local tourism leaders Brenda Licey and Carla Needenstreaks get this week underway with a proclamation ceremony. This year's extra special, as Scottsbluff National Monument is celebrating its 100th anniversary, and Park Ranger Kyla Gasker talked about the importance of the monument for local tourism.
Here in Scottsbluff, Gering, Terrytown, and Scottsbluff County, Scottsbluff National Monument showcases how rich geology, history, culture, and ecological elements combine to provide a landmark of the ages. It is very fitting that we are today here at the start of National Travel and Tourism Week and joined by our elected officials and members of the press, because it was elected officials and the community at large that helped establish Scottsbluff National Monument in 1919.
Licey and Needenstreaks have set up daily events this week to commemorate Travel and Tourism Week here in the Valley. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you here next time.